They've got the looks, the fame, and the rumors. In 2025, these 5 Asian heartthrobs aren't just stealing hearts, they're sparking whispers across the internet. Are they more than just friends? From subtle glances to viral fan edits, the clues are everywhere. Today, we dive into the world of beauty, stardom, and mystery, and reveal the 5 most stunning Asian stars at the center of the gay rumor mill. The face that launched a million hearts. From the moment Cha Eun-woo stepped into the spotlight, he didn't just turn heads, he stopped time. Born Lee Dong-min in 1997, this South Korean heartthrob exploded onto the scene with a face sculpted like a K-drama fantasy and a presence that felt too perfect to be real. He wasn't just handsome, he was unnervingly flawless. Fans around the world called him face genius, and it's easy to see why. But behind the glossy magazine covers and runway-ready looks was a man on a mission to prove he was more than just a pretty face. Eun-woo's journey began with the boy group Astro, where he quickly became the visual anchor. But what surprised everyone was his ability to hold a scene and a story. In dramas like My Idea's Gangnam Beauty and True Beauty, he didn't just act, he invited viewers in. His gaze was soft but piercing, his vulnerability disarming. Rumors of his real-life gentleness, close male friendships, and private personality only fueled speculation. Was there more to him than the industry allowed us to see? In a world obsessed with perfection, Eun-woo remained carefully composed, but intriguingly unreadable. Now one of Korea's most bankable stars, Cha Eun-woo stands at a curious crossroads. He's adored by millions, yet keeps much of himself hidden. And maybe that's what keeps people coming back. Whispers swirl, questions linger, and fan theories pile up with every subtle glance or offstage moment. But Eun-woo? He never confirms, never denies. He smiles just enough. He reveals just enough. And somehow, in saying so little, he keeps the world watching, wondering, and wanting more. They say some stars shine slow and steady, and Jung is living proof. Born in Seoul in 1988, Jung didn't storm into the industry as a child prodigy. He took his time. After finishing his military service, something few actors do before debut, he stepped into the spotlight at age 26. And when he did, it was with quiet power. Soft eyes, a gentle voice, and a presence that didn't demand attention, but held it. Whether he was playing a heartbroken soldier, a loyal lover, or the boy next door, audiences didn't just watch Jung Hae-in, they felt him. He broke through with While You Were Sleeping, but something in the rain made him a phenomenon. That slow burn romance with Son Ye-jin, it wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural reset. Jung brought something rare to K-dramas, vulnerability wrapped in masculinity. From DP to One Spring Night, he kept choosing roles that challenged the status quo. Soldiers with trauma, lovers with depth, men who cry, doubt, love, and fans across Asia fell harder with every new project. But beyond the screen, Jung Hae-in remains an enigma. He rarely shares much about his private life. No scandals, no controversies, just a quiet smile, a humble attitude, and a fierce dedication to his craft. That's what makes him even more magnetic. In a world full of noise, Jung Hae-in is calm. In an industry built on hype, he's all heart. And whether you've loved him since day one or just discovered his magic, one thing is clear. Jung Hae-in isn't just a star, he's a feeling. The unexpected star. Greg Shu didn't burst into fame with a loud bang. He slipped into the spotlight like a whispered secret. Born in Taiwan in 1990, he started his career in music before pivoting to acting. For years, he played quiet roles, supporting characters, background faces. But then came Someday or One Day, and Greg wasn't background anymore. He became the heart of a story that made millions cry. His soft-spoken charm, that melancholic gaze, the way he made silence feel loud, audiences fell for him hard. Unlike many actors who chase fame with fire, Greg stayed still. He rarely gives interviews. He keeps his private life private, and yet that mystery became part of his appeal. Rumors swirled about his relationships, his orientation, his softness. Was he queer? Was he just gentle? No one knew, and Greg never said. But in a time when queer love stories are rising, his face, his presence, kept showing up in them, over and over. He didn't need to shout. His silence said everything. Today, Greg Shu is more than just an actor. He's a symbol of longing, of quiet masculinity, of the boy you never understood but couldn't forget. He might never come out, he might never speak on rumors. And that's okay, because sometimes representation doesn't come from labels. Sometimes it comes from a look, a pause, a performance that feels like truth. Greg gave us that, and in doing so, he gave something to those who felt unseen for too long. He radiates. From the moment he appeared in Boys Over Flowers, the world knew this wasn't just another pretty face. He had presence, that rare mix of charm, confidence, and quiet mystery that draws you in and doesn't let go. Over the years, he's become more than a K-drama icon. He's become the blueprint for the modern Korean leading man. Tall, intense, effortlessly cool, yet surprisingly tender when the story demands it. Fans didn't just fall for his characters, they fell for him. Lee Min-ho's rise wasn't overnight. He trained, struggled, and even survived a near-fatal car accident early in his career. But nothing stopped his drive. With every role, from the cold chaebol heir to the time-traveling king, he proved his range and resilience. Behind the glamour, he's known for being grounded, thoughtful, and deeply aware of his global influence. And let's not forget his off-screen presence. Millions of followers, fashion campaigns, and fan events that feel more like pilgrimages. He's more than a celebrity, he's a phenomenon. More than just a star. What makes Lee Min-ho unforgettable isn't just the roles he plays, it's the emotion he brings to them. That quiet ache in his eyes, the vulnerability behind the strong exterior. He connects. On screen, he can break your heart without saying a word. Off screen, he supported charities, spoken about mental health, and stayed remarkably private in a world that demands everything. As Korean entertainment takes over the world, Lee Min-ho stands tall, not just as a star, but as a symbol of endurance, evolution, and elegance. And something tells us his best chapter is still ahead. They say perfection doesn't exist until you meet Yang Yang. With a sculpted face that looks like it walked out of a dream and a charm that disarms even the coldest hearts, Yang Yang isn't just another handsome face in China's entertainment scene. He's a phenomenon. From soldier to heartthrob, from unknown trainee to leading man, his story is a slow-burning fire. The kind that captivates, surprises, and refuses to fade. Born in 1991 in Shanghai, Yang Yang trained in classical dance at the People's Liberation Army Arts College, a discipline that gave him poise, grace, and quiet power. But it wasn't until he starred in The Lost Tomb and Love 020 that his fame exploded across Asia. Millions fell for the flawless skin, the dimpled smile, the brooding stare. Yet behind the glamorous posters and red carpet appearances, Yang Yang remains a mystery. He rarely speaks about his private life, keeps relationships under tight wraps, and steers clear of scandal. In an industry that feeds off gossip, Yang Yang's silence only deepens the intrigue. Whispers have followed him for years about his sexuality, his emotional world, the loneliness that comes with stardom. Some say the reason he's never been publicly linked to anyone is because he's guarding a truth the industry won't accept. Others insist he's simply focused, private, and uninterested in playing the fame game. But whatever the truth may be, one thing's clear. Yang Yang is more than just a fantasy. He's an icon in motion. A man who keeps the world guessing, and maybe that's his most powerful role yet. Five faces. Five mysteries. These Asian heartthrobs aren't just breaking the internet, they're breaking the mold. In a world obsessed with labels, they've become symbols of beauty, talent, and unapologetic privacy. Whether the rumors are true or not, they've already won our hearts. Want more stories like this? Hit subscribe and join us, where truth, beauty, and mystery collide.